That's bright a bit. Yeah. Hey, how are you, family? Welcome back to this channel. And tell me, Rindo, do you love violence? Do you love violence, fam? Well, in my opinion, I love violence very much. Your line, April. That was a beautiful, beautiful anime. But okay, okay. No more tears. No more tears. No more tears, fam. I love violence. I love BAIO. Okay. I try to make a joke or try to push the pun into it, but yeah, violence, biohazard. Today we're gonna be talking about the 22nd girlfriend of the manga series, the 100 girlfriends who really love you, Rin, right? Or Rin Bio Rin. Rin is her first name, fam. Don't get me wrong, right? So yeah, we're gonna be talking about as well how did this character manage to capture our hearts, just like all of the girlfriends, right? All of the beloved girlfriends, because Rin, right? As you can tell from her name, right? She does play the violin, but there's more, like Transformers or like the girlfriends, right? There's more than meets the eye, fam. There's more than meets the eye with all of these characters. So let's dive into it, right? But first, let's talk about some of the basic stuff, right? First of all, Rin is in junior high school. Same with Momiji, Uto, and Kurumi, right there, yeah. So both of her parents are violinists. They both play the violin, right? And over time, as she grew up, she also grew fond for the art of the violin, right? And playing it just motivates her to, I guess, do well, right? And which is good, which is good. You need to have something, some sort of activity or hobby to keep you well motivated. In my case, it's making videos, like talking about anime, manga, this manga in particular, right? So yeah, she really loves playing the violin. Some really good influence from her childhood, and growing up, she's become sort of this elegant, well-mannered, and really healthy person. A quote-unquote sheltered person, right, so to speak. But despite having such a good upbringing, right, how did she come to enjoy the ways of gore and violence? Because Rin is a violence aficionado, which means she loves everything that has something to do with, fighting, gore, blood, and all that. Well, fam, it started way back when she accidentally switched the TV channel to a Resident Evil show or movie, right? Which just so happened to show a pretty messed up, bloody, gory scene, right? And it was at that moment where something within her just opened, right? Something snapped, like how Momiji's world just opened the moment that she felt Hahari's booba, right, for the first time. And so yeah, after that experience, she spent time reminiscing about that bloody moment on TV, right? Curiosity opened Pandora's box, and then she started to secretly watch all sorts of gory things, and soon after she came to just really enjoy it. Now, secretly enjoy is the key term here, fam, because Rin's whole dilemma, right, is that she is afraid, right? She's cautious to not really show that she loves gore or violence, right? And yeah, it's that sort of essence of sharing her love of violence, right, to other people. She's scared of doing so because she thinks that they will judge her for it. And personally, I can't blame her, right, fam? Because for one, for instance, let's think about what would her parents think, right? Or how would they react to know that their child, whom they've raised to be quote-unquote innocent or healthy, is actually into blood and gore and horror and zombies and the like, right? Now, for one thing, I'm also in fact I'm surprised that that Rin's parents were able to keep that sort of those things away from her, right? They were able to keep her that sheltered for so long without any exposure to violent things. Double, in fact, at the time when she met Rentaro in her debut chapter, that was her first experience entering an arcade, and then soon after she also got to know about all of the the fun, violent things that you can do in the arcade, the gamer rages, the punching bag of machines, the crocodile hitting machines or whatnot, the whack-a-mole, right? Is it? Yeah, and of course Left 4 Dead type of shooter games, right? Yeah, which is cool, So yeah, sorry, going back, right, Rin's parents, perhaps they would feel, in my opinion, I guess they would feel shocked, right, to see Rin's passion for these sorts of things, right? But aside from her parents, right, because her parents, of course, there's a chance that they could be, accepting, right, of her, of her hobbies. What about the eyes of society now? Okay, the, uh, it's unexpected, right? That I guess unexpected. That doesn't really, again, don't judge a book by its cover. It's a lesson we've all learned and heard before, right? But right, in this sort of context, right, let's just put it at a simpler way, right? It's unexpected to see a prim and proper person on the outside actually having such violent, well, I guess cravings in a way on the inside, right? And they would call her, well, a freak, right? And we actually got to see that actually happen somewhere along the series, right? But it's not like that it hurts her, right? It's not like it really hurts her to be unable to share all of the violent stuff or her love for violence, right? Perhaps so. But I feel like aside from that, it also rather hurts her to be judged for it when she shares it, right? And I think that's something that a lot of people, I myself included, would sympathize for, right? So, just to share a bit, in my instance, right, in my case, I would really love to share my love for anime and manga, right, to the people around me, right? And I do so with my circle of friends, which I'm really thankful for, that they are so understanding and accepting for my, well, my quirkiness, right? But there are also those moments, fam, where I felt like that I needed to dial it down, right? I need to keep it hidden, or not to overexpose myself, or else they may think of me as being too hardcore. Which, okay, admittedly, I am hardcore, right? In a way, I love all things, anime and manga related, right? I cosplay, I go to events and the like, and I just let loose. I, I'm I guess I'm not afraid to share that part of me, right? But whenever I meet someone new, or especially strangers for that matter, I don't want to fully show that much, because I am afraid, right? I'm afraid that I would get hurt for being judged. And yeah, one of the few lessons that I've learned early on, right, is self-acceptance. And self-acceptance is such a powerful lesson and concept that I personally, I've mastered, and I wish other people would also sort of experience as well, because I do accept myself, my hobbies, but yet I'm kind of afraid. Again, I'm afraid of people sort of judging me, right? And it hurts to be judged, right? Not gonna lie. Of course, you can accept it, right, if it's constructive criticism and the like, but you know nevertheless, good or bad, there's that part of me, or everyone else, I suppose, where it hurts to have something that you love so much be belittled, right? And that absolutely sucks, right? But thankfully enough, I'm really glad that I have YouTube as my avenue, as this channel for me to express my love for anime and manga, and the many other series out there, right? I Hence why I love making videos. But in Rin's case, right, Rentaro, being the child that he is, completely accepts her passions. And fast forward, she's welcomed greatly, with open arms into the Rentaro family as it is. And one of the first things that was brought up is that she can just fit in nicely. She can just fit in fine within the Rentaro family, because as you know, fam, the Rentaro family is a family that's already full of, well, unique and eccentric people. And I love that, right? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I want to share this one more time. One of my favorite songs, Danny Don't You Know, right, had this sort of lyric, right, where they said, Nani on tour, you're on the sun and step inside, now you finally found your tribe. That sort of found your tribe is sort of like a hint where you find your people, right? You find people who share the same interests as you. And for me, in the Hyakuno fan base, I'm really glad that getting to share with each other our thoughts and opinions about this series. The live stream, for instance, I was so happy that there was one of the comments from the Japanese fans who said that they were glad that there's a lot of foreigner fans out there. And yeah, that's just amazing, right? How anime, this series, can bring together people from all walks of life, from all different nationalities, and that's awesome, man. I love it. And I sort of guess that that essence of family and bringing together people is also what harbors the concept of Rentaro's family, right? To accept everyone, right? And I love that. Now, um, aside besides her personality, right? Of Rin's personality of being a violence aficionado, right? What I also love is her character design. Now, I've made a video months back, right, about my expectations for possible girlfriends that may appear in this series, and hot dang, am I was I right? Because one of the girls that I've or characteristics at least that I've mentioned is a girlfriend with shark teeth or razor teeth, and Rin's character just nails it perfectly, and I really love it. I also love her color theme with her sharp red eyes and black hair. Nozowa Sensei never fails, right? Nakamura Sensei as well. All of them are amazing when it comes to creating such beautiful designs of the characters, right? And I love it. Now, let's talk about her dynamics with the family. First off, as a musician, she gets along well, of course, with Uto. In fact, they share a class together. I don't know which yet. Music, perhaps. I don't know. And they have duetted together, right? Because Rin really loves Uto's songs. And I mean, who wouldn't, right? Second, as a violence aficionado, I love how she would also really get along well with Iku, the family masochist. Supply and demand. That joke got me good, right? It's like it's like the perpetual motion machine of Yamame and Momiji, right? I don't know, it's funny, but yeah, I love also that sort of that gag scene where you have Rin at the ready with her bat and Iku at the ready, well, just at the ready, right? So yeah, that their whole dynamic, I absolutely love it, right? And thirdly, as a high class girl, as a girl with who's prim and proper, right? I love how she really gets along well with Hakuri, Mimimi, in that one chapter, and I suppose along the way perhaps with Nadi and Yaku as well, because don't forget about these two. These two are also high class ladies, right? One way or another, yeah, they are. And yeah, because another thing that I really love about Rin, right, is that she's really the type of person who, despite being young, right, is so mature, calm, and composed, right? And she's able to do things really nicely, logically, and there's just really this air of elegance to her, right? So yeah, that's about that's Rin. So far in the or throughout the series, what I really love about Rin's characters as well is that she doesn't really perceive herself as the yandere type, right? Because honestly, when I first saw Rin, I thought that with her quote unquote violent loving nature, I thought she would be the yandere, right? But instead, she doesn't really exhibit the obsessive nature of a yandere, right? But instead, a extreme passion, I suppose, for anything that's just that's simply molto violento for that matter. In fact, with Rentaro at the helm, I think Rentaro is more of the yandere himself at this point in the relationship, right? Because yeah, Rentaro at times can be a bit wild and crazy, but I guess that's just why we, all of us love him, right, as a character. And of course, the more that we get to see, I really wish we also get to see Rin expand her passion for her multiviolento, love, right? And yeah, I just also love how she really goes well, or really does fine with other members of the Rinter family. Can't wait for more chapters where she would mix and match with other personality traits, clashing personality traits, perhaps. Getting to see fights, for instance, with Kishika and Ira. Rin would like those, right? So yeah, the possibilities are endless for this manga, for this series, and for Rin, having her character on board just makes me really happy. It's molto amazing, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's about it, and thank you for listening, fam. Take care.